gave you my love. I tell you what I do. I'd expect a whole lot of love out of you. You got to treat me good, and I'll be good to you. There's a whole lot of things you and I, baby. Beautiful when you get right down to it, yeah. You're beautiful, and I wouldn't change one thing about you, yeah. Oh, 'cause you're beautiful. I don't mind telling the world about you, yeah. You're beautiful. And what about the way you love me? And the way you squeeze me. Simply beautiful. You're beautiful. When you needed me, yeah, I was right there by your side. Simply beautiful. I wouldn't change nothing about you, yeah. 'Cause you're beautiful, yeah. When you get right down to it, when you get right down to it, yeah. When you get right down to it, oh, you're beautiful. I don't mind the world knowing about you. You're beautiful, and I don't care what the magazines say. I don't care what the magazines say. Yeah. You're beautiful. Simply beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're beautiful. truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind. You're listening to the book of Dawn in the morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. You're now tuned in to Dawn. Oh, sexy Dawn.
Oh, I'm on key today. God bless you. What's in it for the black people media and the light-skinned black people? Come on, Dawn. Come on, Dawn. Welcome back. Good morning again, sunshines. Thank you for your patience. Ain't nothing like the live, okay? But thank you for bearing with us. Tell everybody we're back. And we are going to go straight into, are we flipping over? Okay, cool. Robin Patrice, y'all, began, first of all, I'll wait till she gets on to say this because I think I want to make her cry first. It's like a battle. It's like a battle for cry. And I'm going to win, okay, because I'm going to kick it off. So while we're switching over, are you doing the whole crew? Are you, okay. Robin Patrice began in 2013 under a totally different name and similar to one of my favorites. Y'all know Tina Turner, one of my favorites. How much money did Tina have? 32 cents in a mobile car. Okay. Robin Patrice had $32.76 as a homeless single mother. Her hobby turned into what she thought was a hobby actually was her purpose. And that then turned into a business because I tell y'all every day, God created the earth. And then on the last day, he put man in it. So the provision was already there. And she actually, through her journey, was able to walk into her mission. She's inspired by jewelry, anthropology. She is one of our favorite vendors to support and to work with and to purchase from. And so she is going to tell the untold story today, right here with family. What better place to do it, right, than with family? And that's and because I met her through the What's in It for the Black People Media family. So Robin with two B's, Patrice, good morning. Good morning, sunshine. Can you hear us, Robin?
And I was on mute still. I'm sorry.
You got a voice on?
I'm here. Good morning.
Oh, there we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
I'm good. Nervous, but I'm good.
You bet, girl. You was made for this, okay? Big up, sister. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I said I was gonna make her cry first, right? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make you cry later, okay? Robin Patrice, single homeless mother, $32.76. Before we get to homeless, we have to start from the beginning. Let me just tell you, thank you. I have from the first time we interacted when Maze gave me this platform via Facebook, I was intrigued by some of the comments that you'd make in my show and in other shows. And I said, that's interesting. And then they asked me to read a commercial. And I thought it was so cool that I felt like I said the word Robin with two B's better than everybody else. In my own head, even if it wasn't true, it just came out, in my opinion, better than everybody else that read it, right? And then I ordered from you. And the quality and the care that you put in the packaging and making certain, following up to make certain that I got the delivery. I said, okay, this person is a little bit more than the words in the thread. And then I think I inboxed you. I think I was trolling, and I inboxed you. And I said to you, I would love to have you on Who's That Girl. There's something behind that I feel like needs to be shared. And you said, girl, It's a whole lot, but I ain't doing that. So I said, okay. I left it alone for a little bit, and then about 2 weeks later, so this has been going on for about a few months now. So a couple weeks after I hit you up again, I trolled again, because at this point, I don't even have her phone number yet, right? So I say, you ready to talk yet? And she was like, nope, we're not going to do it. And I was like, okay, cool. So then Joyce Hurley comes, Reverend Dr. Joyce comes and visits us, and inspires us all to tears and to a place of understanding the beauty that comes out of catastrophe, right? And then I got a message from Robin Patrice, and she said that she was so moved by the spirit.
Yes.
She shared the broadcast with her mother, and her mother said, it's time to tell your story. And I said, well, you know what? I had somebody on the schedule for next week, but they're going to have to wait, because I got to strike while the iron is hot, while the fire is hot. I want to tell you this. I am not at all surprised that we had a little technical difficulty before you were able to come on. You know why? Because something that you're about to say is going to change somebody's life.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
it
hope
will.
so.
All right, Robin, will I be giving you the Chicago test at the end of this
Yes,
conversation?
please. That's why I'm here. I'm only here to take the test.
Come with it, Jules. Robin,
it.
what
What's
side
that?
of town were you born on, and where did you go to
I
school?
was-
Tell us about baby Robin.
So actually, my name is Janessa.
I didn't want to say that, so I.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. I answer to all of it. All of it. I was born on the west side, right in K-Town on Jackson and Costner.
Okay.
And it was an awesome experience. I didn't know that we didn't have a whole lot, because I had everything, growing up. My mom raised me as a single mom. Dad wasn't around at all. I think I can probably count on my hands how many times I've seen him and still have a lot of fingers left. I'll put it to you that way.
Okay.
And not having him, he wasn't missed like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had uncles, I had grandfather. I had a good support system. I'll put it to you that way.
Okay.
Grew up on the west side, moved around a couple of times, and eventually my mom took us out to Bellwood. And that was the first time I was able to see people of another ethnicity other than being on the TV.
Okay.
And it was different, going from the hood, like the heart of the hood.
Yeah, K-Town for sure.
Exactly. And what they say about the west side, we don't have grass. So I didn't have grass,
Right. Right.
But I mean, just going from that to Bellwood wasn't necessarily a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely different for me.
Okay.
It was an adjustment. But from there, we moved back to the city. My mom, she fixed it for me to go to Proviso East High School.
Okay.
And when I say she fixed it, she fixed it.
Amen.
And so I spent my 4 years at Proviso East, and I would say I'm still friends with literally everybody I went to high school with. My best friend of 30 years, I met at Heffron when I was in kindergarten. So that just shows that I keep my friends.
Yeah.
And I value my friends. I really do.
Yeah. Not keep your friends. Let me add this to you. You show yourself friendly. And when
That's
you show yourself friendly, they're easy to keep.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Because everybody can't even say that word, the F word. And I mean the
This
friends
is
word.
true.
Like you can know a lot of people, but the word friend is absolutely
So
relevant.
We're going to make a friend word one of those.
The F word. We're going to make the
F word.
The F word.
Okay, so you go from K-Town. I have cousins that lived in K-Town. You probably know them. You go to Bellwood. You go from the concrete jungle to grass and other. And you understand at that point what the application means when it says black, white, other. You go to Proviso East, phenomenal school. Those were some of the heydays of the Provisos. And then do you leave Proviso and go to college? Do you finish high school?
So yeah, so I finished high school pretty much almost at the top of my class, and I literally had no idea what I wanted to do after high school.
Okay.
And my mom at the time, she worked at Loyola University, and I could have gone. I've always wanted to be an attorney, always,
Okay.
and I could have gone to Loyola for free. But my mom, I would hear her say, "Oh, I hate this job. I hate this place, blah, blah, blah." And I didn't want to put her in another position for another 6 years at least of a place that she hated, you know. So I opted to go into the Air Force, right? Went to the Air Force, and here I am, this 18-year-old girl from the West Side, and I was thrown in a leadership position over 30 girls.
Wow.
And I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, like I had no idea of what I was doing or where like what I really wanted to do. You know,
Okay.
it was just an easy way out. My mom didn't have to take care of me or, you know, or do anything. I just didn't want my mom to have to hate her job anymore. Put it to you that way. That's basically
Okay.
what it was. Went there, missed my mom, got out. My uncle taught me how to get out. He told me what to say, how to get out, you know, with no blemish.
Okay. Dishonorably. Okay.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
like
He taught
honestly,
you
it
how
was
not
like
to be dishonorably.
right. It was
Yeah.
just like I wasn't even there. I'll put it to you
Okay.
that way.
Okay.
I come home and I got back into a relationship with the man who became my daughter's father.
Okay.
He was a lot older than I was, and I hid that fact from my parents, my mom and my stepfather.
Okay.
And I hid it because he was so much older, but he was doing everything that I thought that I needed, right?
Okay.
And at 17, I was violated by someone. It's still hard for me to discuss it, but I'm getting to the point where I'm able to talk about it now. So I was
Okay.
violated by somebody that should have been protecting me, and I left home. So when I left home, I left right into the arms of my daughter's father.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the most volatile relationships that I've ever been in.
Okay.
There was a lot of abuse that happened, emotional abuse, physical abuse. And the last time that I would say that he laid his hands on me, he tried to kill me that time.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, I have a scar in the back of my head. And every time that I would change like barbers, they would always ask what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, oh, it looked like they sold you up. I'm like, they did, you know?
Mm.
But like
Thank you.
when I think about it, it's almost embarrassing to even talk about. Because when they say that the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, it really does not, right? My mom was abused by my father. My grandmother was abused, great grandmother, aunts, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I left with nothing. I left with a soon to be 1 year old. And I was just like couch surfing, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
And my godmother, God bless her soul, let me come and stay on her couch, right?
Okay.
But because of the situation between, you know, myself and my daughter's father, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to bring drama there because it was like anytime he would see me, it was going down. Like it was always time to beat Janessa's ass, you know.
Right.
And I'm gone. I haven't, you know, dealt with them or anything like that. Um, but it was just, you know, that's just what it was. You
Okay.
know, I still, like I said, I still struggle talking about it today. So then I left him and I ran into my son's father,
Okay.
thinking like, oh, this is a great relationship, blah, blah, blah. And for a long time, it was good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I realized still at 20, now I'm 20, I'm still gullible. I don't know anything, you know, and like now in therapy, I know that once you have this one traumatic experience, your age stops, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I'm still at 17,
Yeah.
you know, figuring shit out, basically,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like in wandering, but we ended up getting engaged. Found out he was cheating, doing all type of stuff or whatever. And I got fed up and I saved up all of my money, got my own job because he was taking care of everything.
Okay.
Got my own job and I got boxes. He cut my boxes up, didn't want me to leave. So while he was at work, I took black garbage bags, the hood garbage bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and packed everything I could in those bags and I left. And I was on my own and I've been single since then. And what really made me leave was my Aunt Robin, where the name Robin Patrice comes from, right?
You shared that with me.
Yeah, my Aunt Robin, she was like, you've never been on your own and you are about to get married. You don't know if you know how to take care of yourself. You don't know how to pay a bill yourself. You don't know how to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it resonated. So I'm like, she might be right. So I'm like, let me take this leap and let me go see,
Yeah.
And I've been on my own ever since then. And just to end up homeless after having all of this potential, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning to speak different languages. I'm meeting different people. I'm working in different jobs. And just to make just one or two bad decisions landed me couch surfing all over again, right?
Yeah.
And now here I am now with a son and a daughter.
Yeah.
Now the situation with my daughter, she ended up living with her dad because it was just too much. My mom was like, after the last time that he jumped on me, she was like, that's your child. I understand, but you're my child.
Mm.
He wants to kill you. He's not going to kill his own child. And I took that. And she's like, God will work it out. It will work out. It'll work out. And I had to trust in that process, So homeless with that. And literally the depression has always been there, but it's set in so deep that I stood literally at the Eisenhower Expressway in Forest Park about to jump over the expressway. Because I'm like, I don't have anything to live for. What do I have but kids? They would probably be better without me, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my son was like, we got to go to grandma's house. Let's go to grandma's house. And I said, okay, let's go to grandma's house. And the whole time I'm thinking like, okay, I'm going to take him to my mom's house. I'm going to leave and still do what I want to do, and that was me committing suicide, right?
Right.
So I go to my mom's house and my mom, she was like, what is wrong? Like, I've seen you here before, right? Like I had a nervous breakdown at like 20 when I was dealing with the situation with my dad, my daughter's father.
Okay.
And she's like, I saw you here before. I can't afford for you to be back here.
Okay.
So I literally left everything in my apartment and I came to live with my mom. So here I am now, homeless again, living with, on the floor. I was living on the floor.
Right.
So I had this cosmetology license. So I'm like trying to do that, trying to find a job, trying to do this and trying to do that. And I had helped my mom pay, rent or whatever, paid my booth rent. And I literally had $32 left and 76 cents. So we were at Michael's for something and I bought beads and some other stuff. Didn't have a clue as for what I was doing at all. And I asked my mom, I'm like, Mom, can you get these tools for me? Now, I felt, if you know me, my friends I know that are listening, if I ask you for anything, that means that I need it. I'm not
sure.
Exactly. Right. So she bought me these tools and I made it my first bracelet. And I stacked them all together before it was all cute and popular, whatever. And I wore my bracelets and people were asking, where did you get those from? And I'm like, I made them. And it just blossomed from there. And I was like entering into this era of like consciousness, reading, going to lectures, listening to lectures on YouTube. I'm falling in love like with the Pan-African movement, just conscious period. And here I am telling everybody about all of this stuff that I'm learning. And now Janessa crazy, like listen to what she's talking about. Exactly.
Right.
Listen to what she's talking about. So I noticed that I would create like tension, and to get people to talk about Black relations, things that we're talking about today, I was talking about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and trying to get people to understand where we were headed. So like where we are today is no surprise to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tribe Ill was born through my love of Africa and African jewelry. Okay. But the thing was, I wasn't seeing what I wanted to see. Nothing was dope like that. Everything was like wood and, dry looking. And I'm like, ain't no bling, ain't no, like, come on now. Like, you can do something other than red, black, and green to make Africa dope,
Yeah, because
so that's what I set out to do.
That's where the diamonds come from, any dog.
Period.
Yeah.
Right. So I focused on that. And then business was good. I became like the bag lady. I started to sell purses along with it, along with my own handmade jewelry, and just setting people like totally out. Mm-hmm. Because I love accessories. You will always see me with something fly. Always, always, always. Right. So depression ended up setting in again. And for me, like, depression just comes like if the wind blows the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And like, I didn't know at the time that I was like in this survival mode still, making things, selling things, always hustling. Devin, he calls me Big Meech, and he's not lying when he calls me that. Right. Yeah. So depression sets in, and my friends and people that have bought from me kept saying, where the jewelry at, where the purse is at, where you at, because I had totally disappeared from Facebook, everything. Mm-hmm. And I slid into my husband's DM, my now husband's DM, right?
So like me, so like Dawn Milhouse, like I slid into your DM, you slid into his DM.
Exactly. But I was trying to put the Mac on, So he basically inspired me to get up, right? And just be the best person that I could be, be who everybody thought that I was. But little did they know, on the inside, I was like dying on the inside, Yeah. And didn't know why, because I was good. I had a good job, beautiful apartment. I'm doing it. I'm traveling, getting stamps, not just miles, but stamps, right?
Right.
There's no reason for me to be depressed. I was depressed. Yeah. So I took a pause, and I said, you know what? I do want to get back to it because I am very, very happy when I'm creating things. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me figure out what matters to me the most, because now I want it to be about me, not about a movement that I was trying to create or that I was trying to jump on, however you want to put it. But this time I wanted to just brand, right? Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, who and what matters? And I'm like, I got it. Robin and Patrice. Robin and Patrice are my mom and my aunt. Mm-hmm. And they dusted my ass off when I had nothing. Mm. They picked me up when I had nothing. They still make sure that I'm lifted to this day. So that's how Robin Patrice was born.
I absolutely, when you told me that, I was like, wow, no better homage. We have to give people flowers while they're living, and to know that you can be a mom, this, you're a mom. You can be a mom and you can take care of your kids. You can take good care of them, but you can also inspire them, and and mommying never ends, and auntie mommying. I'm sure you call your Auntie Robin Auntie Mommy, because I have an Auntie Mommy and I am an Auntie Mommy. And to know that you can inspire lifelong, give inspiration to a human being, and live to see it happening. And for that human being that you're inspiring to inspire other people through the courage to tell a real story that most people would not assume because of your outer beauty. We see the fair skin, and the hair and you're dolled up, and we have no idea of the perseverance that is even more beautiful, and the scars that are more beautiful that sit behind that face. Nephew said we got to take a quick break.
Hey,
We're gonna
Ryan.
come back.
But Robin,
No,
I love you.
Herb said.
love you more.
Herb said her name is double R-O. Okay.
R-O double. That's what he
Yeah.
calls it.
double.
R-O double.
I have an interesting something I looked up when you said $32.76. But we're gonna have to do a part 2 of this because there's a lot of layers to this. We're gonna take a quick break, come right back.
Be real quick.
Real quick. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Robin Patrice is on the line, and while you're waiting for the break, you can actually go on the website and order some stuff.
Yeah, check it out.
Spend your money.
Yeah, drop it in the thread.
Yeah, well, you got robinpatrice.com. 2 B's. Let's be clear. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBP.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman. Live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful. Life that's beautiful. We don't trust them. They don't trust us. We don't trust each other. Conflict is a must. We got war abroad. We got war at home. Paranoid people packing guns like cell phones. Need inspiration. Rise up to hold it down. Sick of seeing young bodies laying on the ground. We got to organize like they used to do. You want to make it beautiful? You gotta stay.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J. Adams. Good morning. Come on. Come on.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Good morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
This morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Good morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind.
Listening to the book of Dawn.
In the morning,
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
This morning. Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn, listening to the untold story of Robin Patrice, a.k.a. Janessa, a.k.a. I'm a survivor, I'm not going to give up, a.k.a. I'm so excited and so grateful for your courage, because so many women mask pain and hurt and trauma and depression. When you hear my 2 things at the end, you'll know that God is always working. your truth is going to make somebody else okay with their truth. It is, we often as victims take the responsibility of what happened to us and own it, which puts us in places of sadness or depression. And nothing that happened to you, nothing you said, and nothing that you left unsaid is your fault. No decision you made is the result of cause the action of a man abusing you, or a woman, sexually, verbally, or physically. You are not, you're a survivor, and nothing you did or could have done gives an excuse to what happened to you. What I can tell you is that I am inspired, because in telling your truth, Robin, somebody needs to be freed. And I say all that because, I get in trouble for having my head down by these baby bosses of mine, okay? But I had to look up, my husband is an engineer. He taught me when we first got married numbers and the meaning of numbers. So I added up 3, 2, 7, and 6 and got 18. While you were talking, I looked up the biblical meaning, the prophetic meaning, and the spiritual meaning of the number 18. Let me read to you what it says. It says, according to Jewish numerological tradition, the number 18 is the meaning of the word chai, which comes from the Hebrew language and means alive. Okay? Hold the word alive right there for a minute. It says that in the Bible, number 18 is known as a symbol of slavery or bondage. It then goes on to say that 18 is an angel number. It is the number of manifesting abundance into your experience. When you see angel number 18 in your experience, it is a sign that you have mastered the processes of the material world and are about to see the fulfillment of your wishes. And so,
And guess what?
Tell me.
I was born on the 18th of October.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And I didn't know the $32 and the 76 cents until you said that this morning. But manifestation, abundance, mastery of your experience, fulfillment, the release of slavery, and being alive is every bit of your journey, no matter how difficult it is. And I'm not taking anything from the pain of being abused, emotionally, verbally, or physically. It will change your life. What I am most grateful for, that however many years later, I have had the honor to meet you and celebrate you in this format, because your story, the love in those candles, comes from a deeper place than making money and being Big Meech. Do you get money? Absolutely. But is it your purpose to infuse yourself and pour yourself into those candles and that soap and the beard, what is it, the beard cologne you do, or what is it?
Beard oil.
Beard
oil and beard butter, yeah.
Yeah. The T-shirts, just the time, and you're putting your literal life into the beauty of those products and what those products will do for the people whose lives receive them was intentional. And we often look at the journey and the scars because they're very real, but we have to remember that biblically, by his stripes we were healed, and by your stripes somebody else is going to be healed in real life. And so I had to share, and it's 10:18. It's your birthday on the clock. But I wanted to, won't he will.
Want to do
it. Amen. I had to tell you that because I have to do a joke, so I got to lighten it up a little bit, and then we're gonna talk about how you were able. And I know that every day is a struggle, right, for all of us. But what inspires you to get up every single day? Somebody says something is sold out, so they trying to make me get you off the thing so you could work. Did you see that? Somebody says something sold out.
Beard butter.
Beard butter is
tell
sold out.
Tell Alvin it's in. It's in. I just gotta melt it down and pour it up. It'll be up today. Give me a second.
Right. Okay. 2 minutes, Alvin.
2 minutes.
Okay, I got a joke for you. Y'all ready? I'm gonna lighten the mood a little bit, and then we going right back down into this thing, okay? Why does Humpty Dumpty love autumn?
Because he loves a great fall.
Yeah.
Damn it, Gina. Damn it, Gina. Yeah, you got it way too quick. Did
Hey,
you
I
know
had it
it?
too.
I
Did
had
you?
it too.
Okay.
It's fall.
So, you got 15 now. You have 4. Robert Patrice has 1.
I normally don't
Okay.
participate.
All right. So I'm about to go hard again because I don't like to lose, right? What do you call 2 monkeys that share an Amazon account? If she come up with the answer, I'm going to Dirty Jokes.
Oh, no, that one.
If she get the answer, I'm going to Dirty Jokes. What do you call 2 monkeys that share an Amazon account? Y'all ain't ready. So good. Primates.
Ha ha.
That was good.
Hit it with the 1-1.
See? No, yeah.
I like that.
That was good, right?
Yeah, it
Primates.
Prime ape.
Primates.
good.
Yeah. Booyah. Okay, we're back. All right, now I wrote down some notes while you were talking.
Mhm.
It seemed like at some point I started using synonyms because what I got from the first part of your story is perseverance, leadership, and the fact that you are a selfless giver,
I am.
almost to a fault.
Definitely.
Mary and I talked yesterday about energy and about people taking energy and guarding energy. I had another conversation with somebody yesterday, not even knowing that this was going to lead into our conversation today about protecting your energy. Your energy is your spirit man, right? And people that take, every taker is not a mean taker, right? Some people just get attracted to the good in you because it's all over you. You wear it in your face, in your products, in your conversation, in your words that you say in a thread, watching a show. But some people are takers. And so what I'd like to share with you as a giver is make certain that you know when you're sharing that energy and that spirit, that you know what your assignment is. Okay? Some people are assigned to you for you to pour into, but that's not everybody.
Right.
The energy that is sustaining you is because you're assigned to do what you're doing. You're walking in your purpose, and you walk the long route, but the rewards are greater because you have those valleys to look back on. I am grateful that you decided not to take your life because we would have never had the beauty of you. But I would like for you to share with somebody that's listening that has everything, right? The looks, the clothes, the gear, a nice apartment and or house, a nice ride, and is miserable on the inside. What is the journey to get where you are?
To create boundaries. And just to know that love is everything. Like literally love is everything. It does not matter if you if you don't have a God that you really truly believe in. Because when you are, like when you're in that dark space, you don't think anybody loves you, right? Or because you don't love yourself. Like I have this conversation with my husband a lot. I'm like, how could you love me and my father didn't? You know what I'm saying? Like, because a woman's first love should come from her father.
Yes.
But to be loved by somebody that I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, okay, we married, but you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that my father should have been there, But for those people that are feeling that dark inside, that still get up every day and pretend like everything is okay. Because that's what we do. We pretend, right? And we come
Absolutely.
home, we find some way to suppress it through, you know, whatever type of means, you know,
Yes.
sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever, right?
Yep.
Just know that you are the light, because without you, the world, somebody's world would not be the same, right? Even if, and this is why I tell people I love them all of the time, because some people need to hear that. They need to feel that, and that compassion that we will have for other people, we need to have for the people that we know and that we see every single day.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell people that are like super depressed that the light is there. It is definitely there. You just got to keep journeying. It does not make sense now, but it definitely will soon,
Yeah.
you know. And unfortunately, I wish I could put a date on that, because a lot of people like to talk about depression now and almost to make it like a trendy type of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with me, I was a depressed introvert. So for me, I'm so to myself. So when you talk about guarding energy, it's hard for somebody to really get close to me like that. I
Yeah.
have to really feel your energy and accept you in.
Yeah.
So like for my friends, I'm the rock for my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's hard because I carry all of their issues.
Absolutely.
You know, I celebrate their joys as if it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like to see my friends hurting in any way. But at the same time, I was hurting
Mm-hmm.
and going through it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to get a therapist, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm like, if my friends are going through it, I can't necessarily come to them and talk to them, and they're experiencing some of the similar things. But for me, it was heightened because I'm dealing with so much that I hadn't dealt with.
Yeah.
Depression, at, you know, losing my grandmother, how that affected me, the molestation, the abuse, this, the this, and it's just compiled, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, before I go back to the point of, I call it a social media detox of just disappearing and
Mm-hmm.
not babying my business, because Robin Patrice has become that third child for me, right?
Sure.
Um, I'm like, let me go get a therapist. So I went and I talked to a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine. And she told me about this site, therapyforblackgirls.com.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn, it's that easy? You know,
Right. Never heard
why
of it.
ain't
Can we
that?
drop that in the therapy for
Please
blackgirls.com?
drop it.
Okay.
And I found one, and she was able to see me that following week.
Okay.
And when I tell you, therapy is so freeing.
Yeah.
To be able to talk to somebody and they can't talk about what you talked about to anybody else. You have to pay them to listen. And
Yeah.
then to talk to somebody that looks just like you,
Yeah.
that has experienced the same thing that you may have, right? And this is why I tell people, like, if you go get a therapist, if you're a Black man, seek out a Black therapist. If you're a Black woman, seek out a Black woman.
Yeah.
Because especially as Black women, and I know this is something that I and Ready Rock, we talk about all the time,
Mm-hmm.
is that so much is laid at the Black woman's feet in the Black community.
Amen.
Like, we are blamed for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
boys not behaving right. Oh, if it was just the mothers would do this. Look at their pants. If the mothers would just do that. And then to be told at the same time that a woman cannot raise a man. It's like, damn, what do you want us to do?
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Am I here to
Exactly.
say the world a dog? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a freeing thing, you know, and this actually is one of those things that I was telling her that I was going to start to do.
Good.
Is to get out to promote Robin Patrice and to tell my story. Because it's I didn't think that it was interesting until people tell me, like, no, sis,
Yeah.
you got a lot to talk about.
It's not just interesting, right? It has value. It is life-changing. It's the real that we're not getting in the trending, you know, the buzzwords, you know, what is this? What is that scroll up in you Google something one time and then forever they're like sending you have these pop-ups of whatever you Googled. It's more than interesting. It's life-changing, and it's not, and it's for you and for us, right? Because all of our stories have a similar theme. There might not all have happened the same way, but as Black women, we all have a similarity. We have a familiar space that we've all experienced in one way or another, whether it was colorism or hair or relationship. But we're afraid to tell the truth, which keeps us, when we don't tell the truth out loud, it keeps us in a space of darkness. You mentioned therapy. We're going to take another really quick break because it's been on my heart to talk about why we as Black people typically are so afraid of therapy. Like, what are we afraid of? And I just want to elaborate a little bit on therapy for men and women, because I feel like Black men, honestly, look at therapy like I'm not telling them and they can't help me. And I honestly used to be a person like that. I felt like I can just pray about it all and it's going to fix it. You definitely need therapy when you come from a broken home, didn't have a father. When you come from a 2-parent home that you think is grand, there is stuff inside you that only sharing it with somebody else, you need that wall to bounce it off of and give you a different perspective. We're going to take a really quick break and come back. Robin, Patrice, y'all go on the thread and order some stuff. Y'all can send your girl something too. Some beer. I don't have beer, but I definitely have a mustache. It'll be gone Sunday. I'm getting it waxed. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBP.
When you got to Kennedy King, so you remember Corey Brown?
I definitely remember Corey Brown from Morgan Park.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Murder, man. So I got it in with y'all one day before a game, and then y'all literally went out and destroyed some people by about 50 at Kennedy King, and I'll never forget, somebody shot a jumper. It came off long, and Corey will tell this story to this day. He says he went up, and I was in the stands. He went up for the rebound, and before he could jump, he said he felt a foot on his head. And it was you, and you caught it. Classic P-Mac catching it over everybody, putting it back in. He says before he jumped, he felt a foot on his head. And Corey was 6'4", easy. On his head.
Yeah, Corey, so he was 6'4", man. I used to just, I don't know, I had a knack, man. I was always uber athletic. Like I was taught earlier, if somebody shoot, you got to come from the opposite side. I had a guy in my neighborhood named Wayne Irvin, legendary dude to us in our neighborhood. Played at Chicago State, played at Wyoming.
Okay.
Played against Patrick Ewing. He passed away a couple years ago, but went to CVS. He was a decorated player. A lot of people knew him. And he taught me early, like, you attack offensive rebounds from the opposite side. So if somebody shoot from the left wing, you crash from the right. If somebody shoot from the top of the key, you can crash because it can go either way and you can get it. I was so big and athletic. I used to get a lot of tip dunks. Like, for some reason, people never boxed me out. And once I got a running start, if it came off anywhere over the rim and bounced up, you was dead.
This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner Terrence Tomlin, aka T-Tom the Great, on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
To all of our women,
a woman's beauty is not always seen. It takes special attention if she's the queen. Love and caress her, give her all of you, all that you got. Keep the loving so true. Ain't nothing like the beautiful. What would we do without you? We can't live without them, and we can't live without them. Every man needs one right by his side. Built up from grace, sensitive with emotions. Can't nothing satisfy but some good old devotion.
I feel frozen. Good morning. Good back. Good morning, Sunshines. We're back. If y'all could, if there was a video in here of us in the breaks, like it's so. This is such. First, let me just put you on blast. Will you come back? Because, you know, our technical difficulty, we lost like some minutes, and we got some comments in here that I know we don't even really have time to address, but they need to be addressed. So will you make us a promise that you'll come back?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Let me also, before I end up on the back end of Rush Out of Here, say again, I can't say it enough. Thank you for trusting me and Mary and Ron to share your story with the What's in It for the Black People Media and now the world, because we know that the world can watch this on YouTube or Facebook. I know that this story is going to change some lives and save some lives. And if we do just one, it is worth every bit of, I told Mary, I said, the system went down because she got something to say. The devil be so mad, so angry. So let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about courage and what therapy, obviously it helps you daily. I also have a therapist. It took me a little while to get there. I know men, though, and women who don't understand the value of therapy. Can you share the value of therapy to our viewers?
Man, just to know that you have an appointment on a Wednesday. I actually had therapy today. Just to know that you have an appointment to discuss something confidentially with somebody that you've chosen, right? To help you through your week, to help you through your day, or something that you experienced or something that triggered you, right? And to have them have you think about things in a different way instead of what it is. And sometimes perception is not always reality, right? I actually went to therapy because
I say that all the time.
I didn't know.
Nephew Ron, just when you said perception is not always reality, Nephew Ron was
say
like,
that all
he gave
the
us
time.
the victory hands.
Because, and I'm glad you say that, because someone's perception is not, is that's only their reality. And a lot of people always think that their perception
from their experience
is reality. Perception is not reality.
Yeah.
So I went because I didn't know how to communicate with a man without screaming, without hollering, without crying, or just letting things just build up on me. And I'm like, you know what? Because my husband, he will say, well, every time we argue, you bringing up stuff from last year,
right.
You know? And I'm like, you're right. And I told him, I said, you know what? For me, I'm going to go get therapy. And that was something that I made. It was a promise that for myself, because I knew I needed to work through daddy issues. And I did it. And it was like a huge step, like just even just sending out an email, you know, and saying like, hey, my name's Janessa, and not knowing what to say.
Yeah.
I let the email probably sit for about a good 15, 20 minutes before I actually hit send, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, once you open up that door, you to whoever knocks at it, right?
Yeah. You got to walk through.
You got to, right?
Yeah.
And it's not about the journey, it's about the destination, right?
Yeah.
So my thing was, I wanted to be healthy all of the way. Mentally, I got tired of fighting with depression. Like, I got tired of tussling with depression, and I still do, you know, to this day. And but my therapist is part of my words, but she's fucking amazing.
Yeah. No, you
know?
words me. You can say that, because there's a difference in amazing and fucking amazing.
She is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
She truly is. You know, to help me, like, she calls me out on my shit. And for her to know exactly where I started to where I am now. And of course, they always want to know everything about you, blah, blah, blah. You give them whatever you can. But sis knows me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. You know, so some sessions I'd leave pissed. I leave uncomfortable. You know, I've almost fired her a couple of times. Like, almost, who the fuck you talk
Right.
to?
I
You know,
paid you.
I pay you.
Right.
I could count the benefits. You know,
Right.
but but it's always truth. You know, it's always truth.
Robin, the other piece of that, and I just want to highlight it, the other piece of that is to your credit, right? Because you have to, accountability is really, it's a struggle for a lot of people. Being held accountable, owning your shit is that's difficult for a lot of people.
Is responsibility.
Say that one more again.
Accountability is responsibility.
Yeah, and your willingness and to be vulnerable for anyone to say, sis, that's not sexy, speaks to the hugeness of your true character, right? Because there are so many people, we know them personally, that do not want to be called out on their shit.
Well, it says that you want to live. To walk around in a lie is doing what but being dead inside. So for you to get vulnerable and say that I want to know the truth, I need to know these things about me. What is the truth about me? Where am I weak? Where am I strong? That's saying that I see myself worthy.
Baby, text me
you
that.
You want to live. You give birth to yourself at the point where you can look at your eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Did y'all see me look over there? I was trying to see if the communion cup was over there.
You got to want that. You have to want that.
That's real
and
deep.
And some people want it and don't even know that they want it, but they keep waking up. Yeah. There's a reason why you decided not to take yourself out, because you wanted to live, period.
Yeah, well, that we know that from the $32.76.
Come on now.
In my Tina Turner voice.
And it felt like my last $2.
Right.
My last $2.
So no, that's real good stuff. Yeah. Because the key for you in your journey is accountability. Now that doesn't negate the perseverance. You getting up every day when the first experience of violation happened, you could have chosen not to live, and then the first your daughter's father and literally fighting for your life, literally. And still choosing to get back up, getting past the fear of somebody asking you what the scar meant. That scar has a story that is healing people right now. All of our scars do, but we have to be willing to be accountable and willing to share those stories, because really at the end of every day, we're not living for ourselves. We are born to be used, not misused by other people. We're not on this earth. We enjoy it. We have the spoils of it, but our journeys are not for ourselves. They're for other people. But that is a responsibility, and it is an accountability, and it is embracing the not so good and the good, and then being willing to tell the story, being open. And your vulnerability today, I said, if I had to give a documentary a name, this would be The Untold Story, because we see your pretty face and you're witty, but we didn't know the story behind it. I probably would never walk up to you and look in the back of your head, because I don't like people to touch my hair, so I don't touch other people's hair. But that means I have those scars, maybe not physical, but something happened in all of our lives that has left a scar that we have to let go of. I'm grateful. Nephew, you got something from your Auntie Robin? You can't call her TT. You have to call her Auntie, because I'm TT, okay?
I learned a lot today.
As a young man, I think that's important. I think that she mentioned a woman can't raise a man. I would have to tell you, my mama raised 3 incredible sons.
It's possible. It's definitely possible.
Incredible ones. I'm not a man, so maybe it's a different way to hold your thing when you use the bathroom or something. And I know I just made it very small, but I'm just saying I've got 3 incredible brothers that my mama did by herself. Okay. I don't know, Robin. I feel like we should have part 2. I feel like we should do a Zoom call.
Do a whole Zoom
I feel
call.
like we should do a Zoom call, and we just need to have a girl chat, like
keep the party going.
keep the party going, and anybody who's willing, y'all email me, because I feel like we should. I feel like this is beyond the broadcast. This goes beyond the broadcast and into real life. What were you about to say, Mary?
That a scar is seen. You can see a scar. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, tell me where the spirit is taking you, because I see it in your eyeballs. Look, I know your eye moves.
It's just that when you can see a scar, and there's a reason
It
why.
shows that time heals all.
Well, will you see the young poets learning us something?
That's nephew.
Well,
and not to hide. And not to hide.
Oh, that's
and you know what?
Hide the journey, not
It's
to
crazy.
hide.
I actually got one of my. I have a scar I have a tattoo. I got a scar on my wrist, and I recently got it tattooed
okay.
to bring highlight to the scar.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a split on the wrist. So I got it tattooed. To
Okay.
actually highlight it.
It's
Okay.
dangerous to fall in a space where we don't want to be seen. Because that's the isolation. You can die in isolation.
Well, that's the enemy's purpose.
Exactly.
To make you feel
keep
like
you
that.
quiet, keep you closed,
Yeah.
put you in the corner, shut you out, bring you into darkness. Because
then
once
you're
you
dead.
Exactly.
A
Back to
scar
your
is seen. A scar is seen. You can see a scar. You're supposed to tell that story. The story will tell itself. Be seen.
Yeah.
Don't hide.
So can
Yeah.
we name the next line? What we name the next line? Be seen, uncovered, or scarred? Let's have a line called scarred, because your products bring beauty. So let's use
That's
some.
a nice one.
That's
I like that.
I think I like.
I like
that.
What's going on? I'm seeing your face right now. What's going on?
Talking about Miss
Who,
Brown?
me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm just listening to y'all, and just because my therapist, she tells me stop shrinking myself, right?
Okay.
And I learned that I have protected my daughter's father and the story, and it's something that I still don't talk about, and that's something that I've noticed that a lot of women do that have been abused. We don't like to discuss it in its entirety, right? We suppress everything and we keep moving. And I just want to tell, because I know the time is rounding down, but I just want to tell Black women, especially my sisters, that it is okay to cry. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to not feel okay. It is okay to not be okay. Every other woman of every other ethnicity is afforded the opportunity to cry, to be upset, to be this, to be that, to be a bitch on one day and loving on the next. Please take your time to be whoever and however you need to be that day without explanation.
Yeah.
How are you? I don't feel good. And that's that sentence and paragraph, dissertation, thesis, whatever you want to say. That's it.
Yeah. That now that's a lesson, because we're so used to masking it. We're conditioned to masking it, and that goes so many generations back to being protected by our mommies, and our mommies being protected back 100 years to them keeping, that we talked about that. I think before we talked about the taboo of talking about, when we talked to the sister for Teal, Samantha up in Milwaukee, we talked about how we protect people, because we're almost embarrassed and feel responsible for what happened to us. And so we create this taboo. Oh, incest is not in our family. Shh. If you're Black, it is. I don't know about the other people, but I know if you're Black, it's some incest going on. But your granny tells you, don't say that. Don't say that, because that's our business. And somebody mentioned in the comments, this is grown people's business. What happens in the house stays in the house. All the stuff that we were conditioned created they fortified the wall of us, making sure we didn't tell the business that was really illegal and causing a generation of damage and curse. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got to ask you these questions. She already promised to come back. We got it live. on the Book of Dawn. I know there's a lot of shows on this network. She coming back on the Book of Dawn. Let's be clear. Okay. Somebody who knows you well said that I had to start these questions that I usually start by asking my Chicago questions. I usually start with sugar, salt, and pepper on your grits. Somebody told me to ask you Open Pit or Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh, who was that? I gotta see who that was.
Probably somebody that you know.
To be honest, I like it sweet. Give me some Sweet Baby Ray's.
Sweet Baby Ray's. And I'm going to go with the mumbo sauce from RGB's. I still have to buy y'all some. Now let's go.
I gotta bring you some Nando's sauce too.
Nando's peri
That's
peri Indian joint.
Yeah, they got some sauces and it's in Pete's. I'm gonna bring you some.
Okay, bring me some. We'll have a taste test. Sugar or salt and pepper on your grits, West Side?
Well, in the Bible, the Lord said that you're supposed to put salt on the grains. So I'm gonna go with salt.
Okay. Is that the book of Patrice, chapter 32, verse 76?
No, it's in the Bible. It is in the Bible.
Okay,
I have to find it and send it to you so you can mention it tomorrow.
You show SHOLE gonna have to send it.
So will.
Do you wear sneakers or gym shoes?
Gym shoes all day.
Ketchup or mustard on your hot dog, unless you're with Sadiq and you're not eating meat, and I would have to then say vegan hot dog.
I don't know. I like both, to be honest. I like both.
You drink pop or soda?
I drink pop.
Oh, she's so shy. Do you drive on the freeway or the expressway?
So I don't drive, but I call it the E-way, the expressway.
E-way. That's when you're real shy. The E-way. Jules or Jewel?
It's Jules. Everything got the S on it. Everything. All these two.
She even said it with a Chicago accent. It's Jules. Movies or the show?
The show.
Kindergarten or kindergarten?
Kindergarten.
Right, because that's your cousin. You eat gyros or gyros?
I eat gyros.
How many pennies make a dime?
10. Well, my mom, she's a stickler for grammar, so she don't play them games.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Miss. That's Patrice, right? Because Auntie is Robin. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Patrice. All right, now you got to tell us your song. What's the song that makes you do what I do every time it comes on and they videotape me Sunday doing it? They didn't play the damn MC Light song again, and the mic just finds its way in my hand. What's your song?
It would be two songs. It would be Love on Top or All That I Can Say by Mary. I can be in a store. I have been in the store and about to embarrass myself. If those come on, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to sing. I don't care.
Okay, well, I'm going to do that with you. It'll be like Dancing in the Rain, because Love on Top will, when you've been in bad relationships and somebody,
man,
and you know what that means, and then you know God, it's like, oh, it is spiritual. All right, well, we're going, first of all, she's so shy. I got two things, baby. When y'all hear these two things, it can only be God, right? I did not know what we were going to learn in this conversation. But the first thing I want to tell you is it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, okay? It's be in control of your space and your reaction. I know personally for me, I'm a Taurus, and I often go from 0 to 1,000, and that has landed me sometimes in with expungements. I gotta control. I gotta own my shit, right? The other thing I want to tell you is just because someone wears it well doesn't mean it ain't heavy. All right. Don't let the pretty face and the skin fool you. Shit be heavy. Know your friends. Take time to know them. Ask people how they doing. Facebook is just Facebook. Call, text, write. Check on the strong ones, okay? Or the ones that you think are strong. Thank you for tuning in to this page in the Book of Dawn. Remember to lead with love. Use your voice to be a positive impact. Do something for somebody other than your damn self, okay? Tune in tomorrow for the next page in the Book of Dawn. Once a drug dealer, then a cop, Corey Pegues. If y'all have questions, help me out. This should be a good conversation considering the climate we're in right now. Robin, Patrice, we love you and we appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you soon. The Book of Dawn.
Love you, Robin.
Love you, Robin.
The Bigs up next, right? The Bigs up next. All right, it's the Bigs.
It's the Bigs. It's the Bigs.
Hey, sing that song. It's the bigs. It's the bigs.
I love
They
the
call
boy.
them the bigs. Yeah, every time. Peace, y'all. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll.
WIIFTBP and
Check, 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 check. Oh, please, don't you rock